Hey guys, Razor Mike here, and in today's episode we're going to talk a little bit about working with models. So, hey guys, welcome back. So in today's episode we're going to talk about working with models, right? I know all photographers have a different way of working with models. I myself have a certain guideline that I kind of like to follow when working with them. So first thing I would have to say is many photographers think that they need to pep up the model, tell them, oh my God, you're doing so great, you're doing this and that. And while yes, that's good, but we don't want to overdo it really. We want to basically keep it very professional. I would say keep it professional and kind of treat it as always about the project and not about them, right? So don't say, for example, don't say things like, oh, you look beautiful in that shot. Oh my God, you look so beautiful. No, it's more about, oh, that was a beautiful shot, right? That was a great shot. Not about, oh, you look beautiful in that shot, because then you're making it personal and you could come off as a little creepy to some models, right? If you're basically just complimenting them too much. So treat it more about the project and less about them. If you're basically just complimenting them too much. So treat it more about the project and less about them. So let's talk a little bit about contact, right? So a lot of photographers say you should never touch the model, you should never approach the model. But I say it's not a black or white thing. You have to basically see the gray area. So there's a lot of gray area here depending on your relationship with the model, body language with the model. It really depends on how you and the model have that communication, that flow, that creative process. It's all relevant, right? Obviously, if a model's very reserved, then you're not gonna be, helping them or touching them to kind of adjust their posing. Although, I would recommend that you start with, you don't go directly into touching them to pose them, but you mirror them, right? So you're gonna basically tell them, oh yeah, I want you to put up your arm this way, give me your hand, or give me the back, or, turn your shoulder. You're gonna mirror the posing that you want from this model first, right? And I would say you mirror first, and as soon as you get a couple of shots out of the way, because remember, she's going to be very stiff at the beginning. Doesn't matter how professional she is or how many years of experience she has, they're always stiff at the beginning because they have to loosen up, they have to kind of get into the flow, into the rhythm. So I would say start with the modeling process first. Just model for them what you want from them. And as the shots, as you progress through the shoot, then you can start kind of telling them, okay, well, I'm gonna help you with this pose. And that way you're giving them kind of like fair warning that you're gonna go ahead and approach them. And I would say keep touching to a minimal, using like the 3 fingers, right? So for instance, if you wanna bring her elbow up, you use the 3 fingers and you use the joints, right? So you wanna push up on the joint, right? You don't wanna you don't wanna use the entire hand and do something like this, right? You want to keep it as 3 fingers, at joints, right? Another important thing is to establish mood, right? So kind of think about, you are a director. You are the director. You are a movie director, let's say. And so you want to give them some context of how they should be, what their mood is, what they should be thinking about, right? Because there's nothing worse than getting a great shot with everything well lit, and then the girl's or the model's look is really like a deer in headlights. Like it kind of ruins the entire shot because it doesn't match the context, right? So you could have so for instance, if you have a low lit romantic scene, you don't want her to be kind of like deer in headlights, right? You want her to have a soft, kind of sleepy look, maybe looking down at her shoulder. If you're doing boudoir, obviously you want her maybe playing with some of the lingerie. So you want more of a soothing kind of mood, right? You don't want her to look like she's too awake. You want her to be kind of looking very relaxed. And that's when you want to look, of course, at the hands. Make sure that they're not tugging too tight. as that, you know, that reflects tension. You want the hands to be nice and soft. That way it kind of meshes with everything else. So it's important we give them direction, because you know, a lot of times we get too bogged down into the technical aspects of lighting, composition. We got to remember, we got to give the models direction as to what the scene should communicate. Okay, so that's very important. I hope this helped you in some way, or gave you some ideas as to how you can improve working with models that you will potentially work in the future, or maybe ones that you work with again. I'm out.